Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. The campaign is entitled At Your Door. It was written by Ellen Eisenwill, Mark Morrison, Barbara Manui, Chris Adams, Scott D. Aniolowski, and Herbert Hike. I'm your game master, and this is episode 7. Our recap will be given by David Gasaway. So, without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. David?
Mr. Slakes, continuing Dr. Leish's report from earlier on Friday, after we left the debacle in Delilah, we headed back to San Damiel, and back to Synfotech to check in on what progress was made, and didn't learn much. They'd managed to take a sample of the creature. They still hadn't determined much about its structure or nature. And most of the work for the day there was done. So we decided to visit Harold Gall, who had owned the farm that Mr. Tate disappeared from and was presumably responsible for the experiments in the greenhouse and the field there. Dr. Evans and Liege knocked on his door and were admitted into an unkempt house by an unkempt, wild-eyed man who explained that he was no longer interested in studying plants, but only animals, because they were the solution to the largest problem he saw in San Damiel, which was sewer people. Despite the fact that he was clearly mad, they wanted to see what he was up to and talked their way into his lab, noting, by the way, the key code on the way in, and found a very orderly and modern lab, including possibly some Dawn Biozyme materials. And he showed them his new prize project, Lucy, he called it, a grotesque taxidermist nightmare of sewn together animal parts lying dead in a mound, heads and tails and claws and paws all randomly sewn together into a grotesque. When they expressed some dismay, he chased them out of his house with a gun. Having noticed on the way that near his home there was an open manhole cover, we wondered if he'd already deposited some experiment down there. And we spent some time crawling unpleasantly through the sewers under the streets of San Damiel, but found little. After our sewer tour, we went back to the hotel, had dinner at Pickman's Bistro, went upstairs to the Scat Cat Lounge to discuss further plans, and were interrupted at some point in that conversation by a message that we should call Dr. Lean, who informed us that our specimen had escaped. We hurried, of course, to Synfotech, and it was more or less a worst-case scenario. At least one tech and security guard were injured, and probably fatally so, because the thing had somehow begun to manufacture fluoroantimonic acid, one of the strongest acids possible, burned its way through its glass cage, through the wall, and escaped into the woods beyond. Its whereabouts are unknown. The search is difficult at night. We have 2 monsters loose in 2 woods. So we've retired for the night and are meeting first thing Saturday morning to decide where to go from here.
All right. So you spend a slightly restless night, but the next morning you get up and you all go down to Pickman's to have some breakfast. And as you're sitting there, Richard Slakes comes in, and he sees you. And he comes over and he says, well, gentlemen, I thought I'd give you an update from our end on this whole nightmare. Robert's very concerned. He is, at the moment, unfortunately, he is out of the state. He's on business, but he will be back day after tomorrow. He has had me put together a team of what amount to a number of scientists and a number of game trackers to head out into the woods behind Zimvotech and see if they can isolate and either recapture or kill that creature. We've also put together a small team of people to go out to the farm, as you called it, and do the same sort of thing there. They're going to keep their eyes open for anything in the woods in that area that seems abnormal and try to isolate it. And they're also going to study what they can of the farm itself. You say there's quite a few odd plants and things that are showing incredible growth. So those things are taken care of. I suppose that at this point you're more or less free to continue. Now, as to this fellow you mentioned yesterday, Gall, we're not sure how we should handle that. Should we just call the police on the guy? You say he's got hazardous waste material.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Call the police on him. He's got, like you said, hazardous waste material. We could probably animal cruelty. I mean, we don't know if he's killed those animals to do his cruel experiments or what. I mean,
Well, your description said things like bears and alligators and stuff, and I'm not exactly sure. We don't have those wandering about here, so.
My only concern with calling local authorities is if he did create whatever was on the farm and he's in the middle of creating whatever he's going to do with this conglomerate of animals, and the local law enforcement gets involved, state gets involved, federal gets involved, and this item or creature is now in the government hands and being weaponized. Everything we're trying to stop.
Well, I'm not so sure that anyone here is involved with the government on that level, but I don't know. We don't have enough information at this point.
I'm also concerned about losing access to his lab if we get the place cordoned off by the police. I would like to get him out of the way.
Let's take that to the next level then. It's 9 a.m. Let me coordinate with the police, and we'll do a bit of a raid. Let's say at 9:30, and you guys should be there.
That sounds good. Also, regarding the team that you sent to Zinfotech, we took a number of samples from the Gall Tate farm, and they should all be isolated, and maybe, a camera on them or something. Because, for example, the red flowers that were growing of dead mammals, if they're part of the same experiment, I don't want them devising a way to escape.
Outside of the game, can we assume that you already thought of that when you were there at the lab? It's still your headquarters, despite the fact that the creature got out. So you've got all the isolation equipment that you needed when you were there.
Right, but if it can burn through the glass tank, I want also eyes on it, I guess.
All right.
But we can say we figured that out.
Well, you have your assistants that'll keep their eyes on that stuff over there.
Okay, great.
Wow, guys, this is turning into something else. Still no definitive notion about Tate and where he is.
Nope. Don't know what happened to his car, and don't know how, if it seems like it must be, the two creatures must be related, but we have no sense of how that would work.
All right. Well, let me get to work on that, and if you'd like, I can't call you on your cell phones. I forget about that. Just be there around 9:30, and that's when we'll coordinate for the police to arrive.
And if you have any trouble with organizing the police, you can reach us here.
Of course. You got it.
Wait, 9:30 a.m. or p.m.?
A.m.
And it's 9 a.m. right now.
Half an hour from now.
Okay. Would it be fair? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, would it be fair to say we would have pagers?
Yeah.
All pagers do is beep and tell you to call somebody.
Right. If they, in an emergency, they needed to get in touch with us. I mean, doctors had them at that time.
Yeah.
I'm just,
It's up to you. If you guys want to get pagers, we can do that. But it's not always convenient to have to try to find a phone. That's the only difference. So it's just a little bit better. But of course, if you want them, we can arrange for that. Slake says
Yeah.
We can get some pagers if it ever comes up.
it'll take me a while. I'll be able to get that to you sometime this evening, maybe.
all right.
All right. He says, "Enjoy your breakfast, gentlemen." He leaves.
Which is going to be hash browns and a cup of coffee. And
Well, you probably have eaten already. So
Yeah.
okay, I'm glad that we have the power to manipulate local police. What do we want to look for at the lab?
Well, I would really like to try to find the Don Biozyme containers to see if they were exactly what I thought they were, and maybe try to find what compounds or whatever the product was.
Is
I'll
anybody
find this
carrying a
out.
camera?
Yeah, I have one.
Great. Okay. It would be good to make sure we can document things we can't carry away.
Exactly.
okay.
I'm ready to go.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Once I finish up here.
Okay. So you get in your your SUV, and you start driving across town. And just as you turn a corner onto Beach Road, you can see that the cops have all pulled around the house, and there's lights going and everything else. And who's driving?
Believe I.
Who were driving last?
Ethan, do a spot hidden for me.
65 out of 50. I'm looking at the cops.
Okay. Everybody else do a spot hidden.
Starting off good. I got a double on 8.
Oh, that's pretty
I
good.
got a double at 9,
Oh.
so slightly less good.
Well, let's just say that Margaret and Jonathan are in the back seat, and you both instinctively look out, and you notice that the manhole cover's a little bit askewed again. Then you warn Ethan, and Ethan then sees it and avoids it. But as you pull up, the cops have sort of surrounded the place, and it looks like they've already breached the front door. They've gone in. And no more than 5 minutes goes by, and you see them pulling Harold Gall out. He's handcuffed, and he doesn't seem to be resisting. In fact, he's kind of laughing.
Okay.
I think we should probably stay back.
Is Slake's on the scene?
Yeah, he's there too.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's liaise with Slake's. Richard, if I may, one thing that I mentioned briefly in the briefing is that there was something going on with the manhole cover. We closed it last night, and it's open again. I don't know if the cops might be interested in checking that out.
Yeah. Well.
And it makes me a little nervous that the crazy guy's laughing, but crazy guys laugh.
Yeah. Well, when we get out of the car or the SUV, I'm going to kind of go over to the manhole cover and kind of just look down, shine a little light down there.
Well, it's just slightly askewed. It's not actually taken off or anything like that.
I'll push it with my foot a little so I can see in.
Okay. Looks the same as before, just manhole cover.
Okay.
I wonder if that's him going in and out of the sewer or something else.
Maybe trying to look for the sewer people to try to find where to deploy his creation.
Yeah.
The other possibility is that he believes in sewer people because something is coming out of that in front of his house.
That's what it's probably kids playing down in there.
In this neighborhood, who knows?
Yeah.
Richard, did the police, do you know anything about where they found Harold Gall when they went in? Was he asleep on the couch?
He was asleep. We banged on the door. He didn't answer. We breached, or the police did. I stayed back. Guy's a pig. I mean, that's obviously a mess in that house. We weren't able to get into the vault in the back or whatever it is. You said it's a lab?
Yeah.
I know the code.
Oh, excellent.
I'm glad he wasn't in there setting a time bomb or something.
Well, shall we? Shall we take a look?
I'd like to.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Let's go.
So
And
that-
he says to you, I need to talk to the police for a minute, but yeah, go ahead. All right.
All right.
So you go in the house, pretty much exactly the same way you remember it.
You weren't kidding. This guy's a slob.
but let's not touch anything. I bust out some gloves for fingerprints and such. And then I beeline it to the door. Beep, beep, boop.
36942. I'm going to break that down mathematically.
All right. You type in the code, and that you hear the bolt of the magnetic lock bang, and then the door. You can open the door, and there's that sort of psh, that airlock sound. You open up the door, and it's brightly lit inside because it's a lab. The second you step inside, there is nothing on that table.
Mm.
There is gore, there is goo, and there's blood,
Still pans of body parts.
but there's no.
It was here.
And you were sure it was dead.
Right. There's no way that thing could be alive.
Just like there was no way that creature in our home base could be alive.
Shh.
It's just us.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
But
Now, as
maybe-
I said, there were barrels of body parts and stuff like that in there as well. Those are still there.
Yeah.
okay.
It's
I'm
a
gonna
nasty
line
mess.
it to the waste, like the waste bins. Are they super full or?
It's mostly internal organs and stuff like that you're seeing.
Do you recognize any parts from the thing from Lucy on the table in these?
Do I?
Not particularly. Maybe
Okay.
you don't find an alligator's head or a bear's head. No.
If he took the guts out, did he stuff something else like our tree friend inside it, and that's what's going to animate it? Maybe that was just a shell.
I look for his desk. Does he got a desk in here?
Is
Oh
there
yeah, there's a desk.
Look, I go over and I start looking for notes or anything.
is there a backyard or something?
You do find notes. Yes, there is a back door. You find not notebooks. Those black and white
Composition books.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they're filled with formulas and formulas and formulas. Not an English word written in them, just formulas and math and chemical symbols and crazy stuff. You vaguely understand some of it,
Right.
but it would take a great deal of study to figure out.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the backyard because I'm assuming as we entered the front, we didn't notice any sort of large pile of disposed bits.
Okay.
So I'm going to go out into the backyard and see if he moved things out to there.
When you step into the backyard, there are piles of dead animal bits and pieces and parts and heads and legs and arms and.
At least we won't have any trouble convincing the police that this was a valid raid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, some of the cops are green. They've lost their lunch, and about that time, Richard Slakes comes walking. He's Jesus Christ! What the hell?
We told you the man was a monster, but Can I want to go look on the shelves for the I think I saw the other night the Don Biozyme.
Yeah, let's document that, Dr. Evans.
Okay.
And we
Know
might
what that is.
that for testing.
Do a spot hidden for me.
29.
71 is a pass. Barely, but it's a pass.
You don't find it.
I got an 11, but I'm in the backyard.
It does, in fact, seem to you, Margaret, like the bottles have been all rearranged. I mean,
No, it was moved. It was moved.
it could be somewhere in the room.
Now I'm gonna keep looking
All right.
frantically. Almost. I don't want to. I like this was here.
Right.
And all of the waste material is organic. There isn't a bin full of empty bottles.
Well, there are broken bottles in bins as well, and there's
Looking through that, I'm not finding any.
there's
Don
lots,
Biozyme.
lots of things that it suddenly dawns on all of you that there are lots of things that should be labeled bio waste that aren't labeled at all. Any one of these, I mean, there's blood and stuff everywhere in this room.
I'm glad we have gloves, and I wish we had booties.
Yeah.
No.
Is there any camera or video equipment
Uh-huh.
around? No. Dang it.
And Margaret, you look and you find bits of broken bottles that might have been that bottle, but you don't find anything definitive. You
Must have
might have
gotten
been
rid of it.
mistaken too. You might have, but it definitely was a bottle that looked like a bottle that you saw at the farm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'd really like to get some connection to Don Biozyme. Maybe Slags can get the team there to photograph the lab, because it might be a little leverage for our meeting day after tomorrow to say, your materials were being used, and there's at least one illegal site.
Yes, that would be great if we could find the evidence of that. Just he must have destroyed it.
It seems like our visit last night prompted him into action. And it seems like we need to send a team into the sewers, because I'm terribly afraid that he can make that pile of rotting matter move about. I'd like to look around the house outside of the lab and just see if there's anything else that stands out, rather
Okay.
than dirty magazines and empty beer bottles.
I'll just say that you spend half an hour, and it doesn't seem like there's anything. And you went out into the backyard. The backyard is completely overgrown with weeds. Like I say, that there are piles of dead animals. There are flies everywhere. It's nasty.
Make a Constitution check.
I could kind of make you all do Constitution checks to see,
Great.
67. I'm not doing so hot.
because the
I
smell
saw-
is awful.
I mean,
Well,
seeing Lucy was one thing, but
Yeah.
Well, since you were kind of repaired, all you really have to do is get the hell out of there and
I passed.
fresh air.
Yeah.
I passed.
Yeah, Jonathan likes it. He's
Yeah. Always the
I like
weird
that
edge.
I like that it's dead.
Yeah, I go back out the front door and get some fresh air before I throw up my hash browns and coffee everywhere.
Now,
So-
doctors, do you think we should take that notepad? Maybe
Oh.
have somebody back at full wilderness try and decipher it?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I mean, it looked like mathematical formula, so I'm sure we've got some mathematician there. Maybe it's like DiffEq or something.
Yeah, they're probably chemical formulae too.
Yeah.
So we've
Organic.
got-
You're
we've
going to need
got
an
his
organic
notes.
chemist and a mathematician.
Um,
We never learned anything about his background, did we? We don't know
No.
where he was educated.
I think one of your guys was looking into it.
Yeah.
So as you move back out into the front, they've got Harold in the back of the police car, and they're about to take him to jail. And you can see, of course, he's handcuffed in the back seat, and they close the door. And Slakes walks up to the window, and he sort of raps on the window, and Gall looks at him, and he goes, "What did you do with the monster? What did you do with the thing that you were building?" And I would like you guys to do a listen roll.
Yes.
18.
11.
Fail for me.
Okay.
I'm rolling really well tonight. Just
So-
wait until it comes down to the
So
wire.
who failed? Just Margaret? Yeah.
Just me.
Margaret. When Slake says to him, "What did you do with the thing?" You're pretty sure that you can hear Harold Gall say, "Taken apart." Okay.
Okay.
The other four of you are pretty sure what you hear is "taken a walk." And then the car drives off to the.
Well, I guess he dismembered it.
What?
Yeah, didn't he say he took it apart?
I don't think so. I think it's gone walkies. I don't think he has a leash.
The thing it can't move. How could it move? I know. Did he have another one of those creatures, and there were some flowers inside of it? I don't know.
Yeah, Dr. Leash, you didn't see any little red blossoms back there, did you?
No.
That's good. No, I think we have to get back down to the sewers. Mr. Slakes, do you think we can get some police accompaniment? We think that he released an experiment into the sewers, and it might be dangerous.
Wow. Why don't you let me handle that? I will get some more people to go down there looking for something. Once again, we need people who are willing to hunt and kill. Wow, my job never ends. He says, "Yeah, there's no need for you to go down there, but I will definitely get that under wraps, because now we've got another thing that might be down in the sewers." You really think this crackpot could?
I wouldn't have believed it before this week started.
Yeah, none of the things that we've seen make any sense, so we've just got one more.
So that's 3 creatures on the loose.
Possibly.
All right. Well, I know what I'm supposed to do.
Bad
Keep
things.
reporting back to me.
We shall.
I will inform Jadic of everything that happened. And he still looks a little pale from seeing the whole thing.
Yeah. Just wait till you get attacked by a tomato plant.
So he gets in his car and goes.
Thanks for your help. And if the police find anything, be in touch with us as best you can.
Absolutely.
So we're pretty much squared away inside. There's nothing. Anybody think there's anything else worth looking in there?
Well, and they're
No,
going to
right.
have more people here too, looking through this stuff.
Yeah.
All right. But one of you have grabbed a notebook, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. And they're going to have to get a biohazard team in here. We can hope, they can, when they're getting rid of the broken glass, they can keep an eye out for a label from Dawn Biozon, but seems to be willing to destroy evidence.
Oh, did you guys not find the bottle?
No. I could not find it.
Damn. But you said that there was one back at the farm, right?
Yes, and we should contact the team out there looking for our other
asked Slakes
friend.
to do that.
Yeah. Maybe they can bring it back for us. That'd be
You
good.
can just a photo of the label would help. So we want to see if we can convince a couple of cops to go to a biker bar, or do we want to see if we could find Noel at the gym?
Yeah,
Or-
we have. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we have the Jenny Noel connection. We have Thor's gym, the police, GLC, and the Hangman.
Well, I mean, a biker bar. It's still morning time. I doubt they're going to be around.
It's true.
Yeah.
So we can hit Thor's gym and see if we can get lucky and find Noel there. I don't know what she does for a living.
Yeah. We'll get out a map and see which is, because we have her address too for home too, which is on Ansa Road. See which one's closer.
Mm-hmm.
Thor's gym is not very far from here.
All right. There we
It's
go.
kind of in the center of town. In fact, if you were to look at a map, you would see that Don Biazime and Thor's gym and Jenny Armbruster's house, where she lived, is like in almost a straight line.
Okay.
They were the two places she went to the most, and she just happened to live right in between.
Okay.
So which one? Where are you going? Thor's gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems the least exciting opportunity right now.
Now, of course, maybe Heather will wow us again with their theater skills.
Don't you worry about that.
All right. So you pull up. You're right in downtown, not too far, in fact, from your hotel. In fact, you are just around the corner from the police station, where they probably took Harold Gall. The criminal court building is there, the Hall of Justice, and there is Thor's gym. It's not in a great neighborhood. There's homeless people and stuff like that, and but it's a nice little gym, and you do see people coming in and out of it dressed in kind of bright, colorful workout gear.
Yeah. Well, let's go on in. It's a public building.
Okay. So you go inside. It's an older building. It's not very large, although there is a small lap pool. There's a sauna. There's rooms for changing for men and women. There's weights. There's a few machines for working out, and looks like there's an aerobics class going on in a side room with maybe 25, 30 people at the most. So as you walk in, it's busy. There's people there, and there's a guy sitting behind a desk. He looks like he might be not just a receptionist, but somebody who's part of the thing. Sitting there. He says, "Hey, welcome, ladies, gentlemen, joining the gym."
Possibly. We're actually looking for a patron of the gym, a Miss Noelle Rand.
Ah, Noelle. No, I haven't seen her in a while.
Oh,
Says Bill Martinez, and he shakes your hand.
it's a pleasure.
Did you?
No, she usually comes in here quite a bit, but haven't seen her in maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh man, that's crushing. She didn't give a reason. I mean, because you seem kind of like.
Not to us. I mean, maybe she's off doing something somewhere.
Man, yeah. Yeah,
We're paying for a membership.
I'm sorry?
She's still a member with your
Oh,
gym?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's still a member. She's still, she's in and out.
We actually wanted to ask her about her friend Jennifer, who's been missing for a little while, too.
Jenny Armbruster.
Jenny Armbruster.
Ah, now there's somebody. Haven't seen her in a while either.
About the same time, or has Ms. Armbruster been gone longer?
No, Miss Armbruster, Jenny's Ginny moved away a while ago. She was a bodybuilder, you know. In fact, and he says, "Follow me." And he takes you into his office, and this guy's kind of an older gentleman. I mean, he's not old; he's still muscular, but he's kind of older. He takes you into his office, and there's a big poster on the wall, and it's a poster of, and he says, "This is Ginny," and what Ginny in the picture, Ginny has him by the ankle, and she's lifting him up in the air, and he's laughing, and she's laughing, and it's signed.
That's amazing. She is some specimen.
Yeah, she's a world champion.
She was in competition, but something happened, I hear.
Oh yeah, she that was one of the worst experiences of my life. She was doing really well in competition, and they informed me first that I was her coach. They informed me first that they detected something in her blood, a foreign substance, and that they were going to disqualify her. And it wasn't steroids, but they disqualified her anyway, and she was just completely heartbroken.
Oh.
Is that why she moved?
Well, she wasn't able to compete after that, and she was really disheartened. And she didn't move immediately, but she did soon after that. Now, her and Noelle were really good friends. You know, they hung out together all the time.
Right. Yeah.
And you don't know where Jenny moved to?
I don't. She didn't leave a following of an address, but the way Noelle used to talk, I don't think she moved that far. You know, maybe L.A. or maybe not even that far. I don't know.
I think she'd find work in LA with that physique.
Maybe, yeah. L.A. She wasn't really an L.A. kind of girl, though.
Did Jenny and Noelle have a third lady they palled around with who might know where either of them are?
Well, not really. She had Noelle had a boyfriend. I think he's still here. Hold on. Dan. Dan was her boyfriend for a while. You might want to talk to him. I think he's over there. The guy in the red shirt on the workout machine over there.
Got him. Yeah.
Just between you and me, that the reason we're being so nosy is that the substance that they found in Jenny's system might be something that's unhealthy for her.
Oh yeah.
That's why we're here.
Did they give you a report on what they found, like documentation for the official disqualification?
No, but it probably would have been written up in paperwork that would be at the headquarters of the bodybuilding association.
Okay. Are they a local?
They are, in fact. They're across town. That's the League of Bodybuilders International, LBBI. They're
Oh yeah, LBBI.
just
Yeah.
a little bit down the street somewhere. It's mostly just an archive, but
Yeah. Just to help us out, do you know when a time frame for that? That way we're not, digging blindly.
that was it was about 6 months ago.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it's nothing. And Jenny's, but better safe than sorry. Don't want her to. She's too magnificent of a specimen to go downhill.
Well, we all liked her. She was a good girl. Not the kind that you would think would get into any kind of illegal drugs or steroids or anything like that, like some of these guys around here.
Oh yeah. Well. They all got to compensate, but yeah.
Now there are, like I say, there are other people in the gym, just
Right.
random people.
Yeah.
All right.
All
So
right.
what next?
Thanks very much. Do you want to introduce us to Dan so he doesn't think we're a bunch of lunatics?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
So he walks over there. Hey, Dan, what's up? Says, these guys have been looking for Noel. I'm sorry, you didn't say who you were with.
Oh, we're with the Full Moon Productions. We were looking for Jenny. We had called earlier a couple of days ago about
You're the
possibly-
movie people.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to keep it, but we not hush hush. But you know how some people get when you say you're
Well, they're trying to find your girlfriend Noelle, and through her find out where Jenny went because they're movie people. And he's like, oh. He says, well, I don't. Noelle and we're not on the best of terms at the last. She's probably just gone off somewhere.
right. Yeah. When was the last time you saw her? I hate to.
A couple of weeks ago, maybe she came in.
Same time. Oh yeah.
So what do you want to know?
Oh well, we're just kind of looking for Jenny, and we don't know where she moved, and we had heard that Noelle might, since they're good friends, you know how us girls are, we keep in contact and all, so thought maybe she could help point us in the right direction. Or do you know where Jenny moved to?
I have no idea where she moved to, but there were some. The other guy leaves. There were some kind of weird things going on that I can't explain. Jenny, for one, just shot up like a rocket over the last couple of years. Became a giant. She was huge. She was a big bodybuilder. It didn't seem natural. It seemed like I would have said steroids, but Noelle said no. And there were things too. I think that they were, Jenny was trying to teach Noelle a lot of her secrets, and I don't know. There were some times when Noelle, I don't know how to say this. If you don't mind my crudity, she got really fucking horny.
Yeah. Well, chemicals can do that to.
I mean, like crazy horny.
Yeah.
It was like she could damn near hurt me if she wanted to, and that's Noelle.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Wow. So do you think Noelle might have been partaking in some of that
I
stuff?
don't think since Noelle's she's not the kind of person who would ever do anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you worried that you haven't seen her, or you just feel like you fell out? And
I don't know. I just there's some weird things going on there, and I don't know what they are. I mean, stranger even than the whole bodybuilding stuff, but just odd stuff.
Right. Yeah.
tell you the truth, since we've been in town, we've run into a bunch of odd stuff. Yeah, and we're a little worried about Jenny. Now I'm a little worried about Noelle too. I'm not with Hollywood. I mean, we're here together, but I'm with a chemical company called Zinfotech, Crosstown. And there's some chemicals missing. We're not sure exactly what's going on. I think people might not know what they're getting into. Do you think it would be crazy if we dropped in on Noelle's and see if she's okay?
Sure. I mean, just drop in. Maybe the guy who rented Jenny's place knows something too. I don't know.
Oh, do you know that person's name?
No idea.
Oh,
but I don't think Jenny sold the place.
Right.
Do you know her address?
Jenny? I'm sure we've got that on file. And yeah, he looks in his little book He says, yeah, here's Ginny's address. He gives it.
Do either of the women work, or would they be home during the day, or do you know a rough schedule, or any other place they might go?
I have been looking to find out where Noel worked. I know it's in here.
Yeah, could you give us an address or a phone number?
Well, he gives you both their phone number and their addresses, both of them.
Good, because we really like writing that stuff down.
I was going to say, like, you're just telling us he gives us the addresses, but you're depriving us of the immense enjoyment of writing these addresses down, Tom.
Jenny Armbruster, 210 Coachella Circle, number 12, Santa Leona, 95139. And Noel is 115 Anza Road, number 32, Santa Leona. It's a district of San Damiel, 95139. So not too far from her place.
And did he say where she worked?
I can't find it. She worked somewhere.
All right, no worries. And then I want to peel off from the group and just kind of walk around and ask, hey, you know Noel?
All right, so you walk up to girl or a guy, you pick.
Girl.
All right, you walk up to a girl. She's about 21. She's a brunette. She says, never heard of her. It took me all that.
Thank you.
She says she knew Noelle only by sight, but she didn't really talk to her.
Before we finally thank Dan and leave, I'm just curious. I'd just like to ask Dan, Jenny took Noelle under her wing. Do you know if she took anybody else under her wing during her big transformation?
Not really. Those two are pretty tight.
All right. Well, thanks very much. And if we learn anything, we'll let you know.
All right. Everybody do a luck roll.
30.
Success. Pass.
16.
Can I burn luck to pass a luck?
50 is a pass. And actually, I think if you spend a luck to pass your luck,
I just need one of you, whoever gets the best score.
I got a 16, so.
All right. So, Desmond, as you're there, this bodybuilder who's on a machine next to you, he sort of half whispers in your direction, and he says, you want to know about Noelle Rand? Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm worried about her.
He sort of looks around, and he goes, meet me out back in about a half an hour. Don't bring your boyfriend along.
Okay, I'll see you around back.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
So other than that, you don't really get much out of people in the gym.
All right. And so convening out front, I'll tell the rest of you about my date with the bodybuilder.
Ugh.
He seems a little shady, but if he knows something, he knows something. But he wants me to come unaccompanied.
Hey.
Well, actually, he didn't want you to bring Noelle's boyfriend.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought he said my boyfriend.
No.
Oh, good. Okay. So he's got something he doesn't want Dan to know. That works for me. So we've got a half an hour to kill while he does his reps.
Right. So you guys fiddle around. You look at the gym. You talk to a few people.
All right. We can call both of Jen and Noelle's numbers and not get an answer.
Just get the answering machines. Well, you don't get any answering machine from Jenny. You just get Noelle's answering machine. And okay, and so about a half an hour goes by. And I assume you guys go out back.
Yeah.
Now this guy is swole. He's big. Okay. He's young. Looks like he's maybe in his early 20s. Good looking. And he says, so you're looking for Noel, are you? He says, well, I've got some information, but it's going to cost you.
Quick, Heather, give him some cigarettes. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they got
That was a joke. That was a joke. Not saying that.
Okay.
What you looking for?
$500.
500, huh? I don't carry that. I don't carry that amount of cash on me.
Can we give that
What
to
do
you
you
in
got on
Walmart gift cards?
What's Walmart?
Kmart.
Kmart gift card.
Blockbuster. Can we pay you that in home videos?
Yeah.
Very exciting home videos.
Come on.
So,
You guys look like you got some cash on you.
yeah, not that amount.
Well, how much do you got?
I got $40 on me.
That ain't gonna buy me a damn thing.
Can I make a credit rating check to see how much I have?
I mean, our per diem is pretty good. I don't know how
Yeah,
much we have in cash, though.
Well, there's an ATM across the street over there.
Okay. We'll fill out an expense report.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a hard time covering this compared to the SWAT teams in the sewer, the forest.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
tell
so
you
this-
this. I'll tell you this. It'll blow your pants off. The information I would give you.
Okay.
Mm. Oh.
So I like to see what we're going to put on this expense report. $500 to pay shady guy behind Jim.
Extortion at Jim.
Why don't you guys do a psychology roll if you want.
I know nothing about psychology.
I have a little, but I can't read this guy at all. It's all muscle.
Yeah. That's a bargain. That's what I got out of it.
Yep. So,
Well, you got a 12?
Yeah.
It occurs to you that steroids cost money. And this guy definitely looks like he's been using steroids.
What can we come up with? I'm sure we can come up with $100 a piece.
Yeah, I don't know how much you get out of an ATM, and
We'll send we'll take it out of our per diem.
They've had ATM since the 70s?
80s.
There's a withdrawal
Bank
cap.
really
Withdrawal
low.
cap.
yeah, but if
You
we
might have to have
make-
3 of us to get in there to get $450 because they were just like, nope, this is a machine.
All right.
But yeah, I agree. Let's do it.
All right. So without much trouble, you get cash.
Mhm.
All right. So
Blow our pants off.
he's like, all right, this. You see, now it's going to be hard for you to believe this, but Noelle's a fucking witch.
Like
Like,
not,
wake
not
up.
Well,
Like-
I'll tell you what. She bet me $50 that she could hold a car battery longer than I could.
mm-hmm.
All right. So I thought that's going to be easy money. We got an old diehard battery that I had in my truck. And she picked it up like I thought she would, just holding it like this. And then she did some kind of a weird chant, like some sort of magic spell. And for a second, it looked like she was shaking all over. And then she held that battery out like this for 10 fucking minutes.
Was she shaking?
No, not at all.
Were you shaking?
Well, when I tried it, I couldn't do it for more than a couple of minutes.
What did it sound like? Alamagoo, Shalam was a lamb?
Yeah, shabunky booky, whatever. It's strange sounding thing, some foreign language, really weird. Uh,
That is really weird. I don't. Maybe you should give us the $500 back because I think you've injected something into your brain.
no, I swear to God. She said something about, watch out, because Jenny Armbruster will get you.
When was this?
A couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago.
So
You pay her the 50.
Yeah, I had to. But holy crap, how she did that, there's no way she could have done that. It wasn't some trick.
You've been here a while. You saw what happened to Jenny, right?
Yeah, but I don't get it. She's a witch. I tell you that right now. You better be careful if you're looking for her because she's going to cast some sort of evil spell on you.
All right. What's your name?
Teddy Banks.
Thanks, Teddy. I think that was worth our time.
Excellent. Have a good one. And he walks away.
enjoy the shrunken nuts, asshole.
Oh boy.
Hey,
You better
Ethan,
watch what you're saying.
Ethan, get your tranquilizer.
I'm gonna beat you up.
$500 walking away.
Yeah, that is going to be a fun expense report, but I think we learned something because now we've got another association with a verbal trigger to a change in behavior, which I don't like, but it's interesting. Do you want to go to the LBBI before we go to see Noel's home? I'd love to get an impression of what chemistry they've got.
Yeah.
I bet it's just unknown, but we might as well find out. It'll cost us less than 500.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll
Yeah,
be
let's go.
A little bit more grounded in reality, too. Witchcraft.
Well, any technology superior to the intellect. And I think it was Terry Banks. I think a lot of technologies are superior to his intellect. There must be magic all around him.
That's surprising he doesn't frolic around like a Disney princess.
Who says that he doesn't?
There's an image.
All right, so you're going to go to the LBBI down the street?
Yep.
All right, you arrive at the LBBI, and when you go inside, it's also kind of an older building. It's 2 stories. There are calendars on the walls, on whiteboards, listing events that are coming up. There are posters, and there are bumper stickers and things like that. There's things like growth hormones, how much is enough, the magic behind the pose down, and beyond human potential, all sorts of stuff like that. There's a reading room, and there is a records room.
Okay.
And there is somebody running the place. There are only a couple of people in the building. Yeah, can I help you?
Hi, we're tracing what we fear is a stolen drug sample, something experimental from Zinfotech Labs. And we'd like to see if your records can help us determine whether or not it ended up someplace we fear it did.
Okay.
We understand it.
Like access to the records?
Yes, if that's possible. We're looking for something that might be quite dangerous, and we're trying to trace its sale, transmission, whatever.
Okay. Who's this about?
Jenny Armbruster.
Ah, Jenny.
Yeah.
What a shame.
We think so.
Well, let me take you there. He takes you to the records room and shows you inside. He's got, let's see, Jenny Armbruster, and he pulls out a file, And he says, well, here's all the dates of her competitions, all of her ranking. And here's the last report that says that she was disqualified, but the medical record's not here. There should be the medical record from the doctor that looked her over or did the tests, but it seems to be missing.
Oh.
Do you mind just looking, in another file nearby to see if that medical report is where it should be?
Let's see what else we can find. So he starts looking. Yeah, I don't find it anywhere. I don't think that it would have been. They're pretty thorough with this place. I don't think that it was mislabeled, but it seems to be missing.
Do you have the doctor's name?
It would have been written on the thing, on the sheet. I can do some checking for you. Maybe get back to you later.
Yeah.
Would it be one doctor proceeding over that whole competition? So whoever else was in that competition should have had the blood work done by the same doctor.
No, that's a good point. Let's see if we can trace it that way. So he starts doing a little bit of checking, and he comes up with Dr. Hallie Wharton Tanner.
H-A or H-O, like male or female?
Halley. Quite honestly, I don't know if that's a guy or a girl. Sounds like a girl.
Yeah.
Female doctor. What do they think of next?
No, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't know if you said Holly or like Hanley or something. That's what I was thinking.
Is that a local doctor?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, okay.
There's a lot of people that work on this sort of stuff. Could be.
Oh, yeah. Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything for you? Anything else I can do for you?
Would you happen to have a Nicole, what was it, Rand?
Noel.
Noel Rand?
Oh, let's check and see. Yeah, there's a file here for Noel. She is a member, but she has yet to compete.
So she wouldn't have been tested.
She doesn't have anything in here, no.
Is she a recent member? Or has she been a long time?
Yeah, no, she's only been a member for less than a year.
Okay. Less than a year. But not.
Well, thank you very much for your help. We're trying to get. I don't even think that Jenny Armbruster knew what she was doing was dangerous, but we're hoping to get something off the streets before it affects more people.
Good.
All right.
Right?
Thanks, sir.
And scene.
All right.
Off to the white pages to
That's
find
right.
Hallie Wharton Tanner.
Okay.
Unless you want to go to Noel's place first. What do you think? We can call Tanner before we go to Noel's.
Yeah.
Well, you can also all do an idea roll if you want to, but I think that it's kind of obvious.
How about a hard success?
Yeah. Doctor's not going to give you any kind of record on, on one of his patients.
Right.
So you'd have to have probably some sort of legal action to get it.
Oh, but come on, HIPAA isn't a thing yet.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess that LBBI is a little laxer regarding these things than a licensed professional.
All right.
Okay,
All right,
so
what next?
Noel's, I guess.
Yep.
All right.
Got a magic spell.
Be careful. We should all go pick up our protective charms.
Yeah. Our car
Use and
batteries.
curse us. Our car batteries. Well, we have a car. We're bringing one with us everywhere we go.
True.
All right, so you drive to Noel's place. Let's see. All right, so you get to Noel's place, and there is no car in the parking spot, and the house just seems just sitting there.
All
I
right.
suspect she's
Well-
at job.
Well, we could always try to knock, and I knocked on the last door and was met by a crazy. So maybe somebody else should take a stab at this.
No, I can do it.
Well, you were also one of the people
All right.
who knocked on the door and was met by a crazy. But all right.
You knock on the door, and there is no answer.
It's still like 10, 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
Is this like a freestanding house, townhouse?
It's like a townhouse.
Okay. Go around and see if I can kind of like look over the fence into the backyard.
Okay. It's just a little backyard. There's a little barbecue, some chairs.
Does it look maintained?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
There's a little bit of grass. It might be a little bit needs clipping, but it's not bad.
Yeah, not a couple weeks gone. Okay. All right. As I walk back around, are any of the blinds open on the window?
No. There's curtains on the inside that are drawn.
Okay.
Let's just come back later, which is likely to be off work or something.
Okay.
Did we get an address for her work?
No.
Okay. Should we leave a note with a number for the lab? Just put something very important. Please contact us. It's a life or death matter, blah, blah, blah.
Sure,
Or
why
we
not?
could even put, it's about Jenny. Please contact us. Maybe she'll just panic and call.
We think Jenny's in danger.
Yeah.
Call
Yeah.
our lab, Zinfotech phone number. Ask for Dr. Flores, toxicologist.
Yeah.
Before we leave, what's the mail situation like? Is there like a mail slot on the door? Is there a mailbox?
There's a slot on the door.
Can I?
Peek?
Yeah. Can I see if
Sure.
someone's checking the mail and picking it up?
Well, it's in the door itself. So if there is mail, it would fall straight down. You wouldn't be able to see it. But you can look around the room and you see that the room looks neat and orderly.
Cobwebs?
Well, you don't see any cobwebs, but it doesn't look. I mean, if she hasn't been there for 2 weeks, it wouldn't look much different than it looks now.
Okay.
There's no dead body rotting on the floor, which would be an indicator that there's something wrong.
Could I inquire, Dr. Mills,
Yes.
Margaret? Do either of you have a makeup compact, a little small mirror?
I do.
Okay. Can I borrow it?
Sure. Before you do that, I turn the knob.
Okay, it's locked.
Dang. Okay.
So I'm gonna so I don't drop it through, but I'm going to use the mirror to see if someone's been picking up the mail.
There are a couple of pieces of mail. It looks like maybe even a magazine. But there's not a lot of mail. It's like 3 pieces.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good idea, though.
Do a luck roll, Dr. Jonathan. Dr. Leash.
Yeah, because that went so well last time. Ooh. Ooh.
Is that good?
That is. It's not an extreme success, but it's a hard success.
But it is a success.
I was gonna say it was bad enough that he let another eldritch horror into the woods.
An eldritch horror flies out of the mail slot.
It's like, dang.
I'm typing something to you. Probably got my spelling wrong. Oh, what the hell?
Oof.
You know, every once in a while my keyboard switches
Witch on the loose.
and it gives me the wrong symbols. I don't know why it does that. All right, so he's peeking through the thing with his mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Doctors, I wonder if we shouldn't go back to the hotel and see if we've got messages from any of the away teams or Slakes. Because I don't want to go to the biker bar without some protection, since we had armed people assault us the day we got to town.
Yeah.
I do want to go there, but I don't think we can go there as we are.
Yeah, they did have machine guns, so that's not...
Do not take a trank gun to a machine gun fight, as they say.
No, I agree with that.
But a trank gun to a machine gun fight's better than fists to a machine
I
gun.
just kept imagining the police arriving, and Ethan is standing in the center like this. All of these bikers are sound asleep.
Actually snoring.
But depending on the tranquilizer, there could be lasting damage.
Yeah. Good.
You know,
Yeah,
depending on the machine gun, there could be lasting damage.
Right.
Anybody got a more exciting idea than regrouping at the hotel? It's actually lunchtime, because we were at Gall's house for at least an hour.
Well,
You also know that Jenny's apartment isn't too far from here either.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
See if we can get a hold of a landlord.
Because we wrote that down.
And
That's
I don't
right.
know if we did want to speak to the police officer or not. I don't know what we can glean from that, but it's a possibility.
Which one?
The officer that went to that found the car? I believe I don't remember her name. Martinez, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not far from the police station either. I don't know what he'll tell us, but it's worth a try. Let's see if we can get a hold and get Jenny's place first.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Although I am getting peckish.
same here. As we're driving to our next location, I'll just kind of throw out the like a comment. I don't know if this is coincidental or not, but there was a magazine on the inside of the door.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Our dear Noel is a subscriber to Sasquatch Watch Bulletin.
I mean, who isn't?
Margaret slowly raises her hand.
Sasquatch Watch Bulletin.
I mean, we've
That's
got
consistent with her thinking she's a witch, even
Yeah.
if it's actually
we've got
something
crazy
she's
things in
doing.
the woods, crazy things in the sewers. Might as well throw
Is that
in
a color publication, or is that like something Xerox
It looks
staple?
pretty cheap,
Yeah.
Like
I
a
don't know.
zine?
I'll have to
like a homemade sort of thing that's sent out.
Yeah. Her best friend's a giant Sasquatch. But, yeah.
All right. So
I
you're
think a
gonna-
Sasquatch walked off with $500 of ours.
Ugh.
Maybe Jenny's the pinup Sasquatch of the month in this one.
All right. So you drive across town and you come to an apartment complex. It's a condo, another condo. It matches the address that you have for Jenny Armbruster. What would you like to do? It all looks well kept on the outside.
Check the name on the mailbox. See, that way we're at least have some idea.
The name on the mailbox has been changed to Bill Matthews.
Okay.
Well, maybe Bill Matthews was informed if there's any mail that showed up for her that didn't get forwarded. Maybe he might know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Besides the trash bin.
Okay. So what do you do?
Go up and might as well. I mean, yeah.
All right. You knock on the door. A couple minutes go by, and a young fellow answers the door. He looks like he's maybe 25. He says, he looks at you all like, yeah, what can I do for you?
Oh, hello, Mr. Matthews, is it?
Wait, are you guys like Jehovah's Witnesses or something?
No. Rational. I'm Dr. Mills, and we're actually from Zimbiotech.
Zimbotech.
Zimbotech, and you're the previous person that lived here. We're trying to trace down some of the some chemicals that she might have, and we're wanting to know if you have gotten any mail that would have still been delivered here, and you knew where to send it on to.
Was this person's name Jennifer something?
Armbruster, you are correct.
I have gotten I got some mail like maybe 3 months ago or so. I just put return to sender and not at this address.
Now, you rent this place or you own it?
I rent it.
From Jenny.
Well, if she's the owner, yeah, I don't actually rent it directly from her. I rent it through a property management company.
Okay.
Do you know the name of that company?
Thorn something. Hold on. I think I got a card. You know, and that she left a whole closet full of clothes too.
Oh,
Odd.
And he goes back inside, and he comes back after a couple of minutes, and he hands you this.
Oh, the address is on it. We can't write it down now.
oh, I am.
He says, "Yeah, I just pay it to that, and I send it in. And as far as I know, everything's been fine."
You said she left some clothing. Was there anything at all? Anything? I mean, really think about this. It's very important. Anything else she left behind?
Well, the whole place was furnished.
Mm.
This is a furnished apartment. He says, "I still got the whole. There's a whole closet of clothes in the second bedroom."
We think Jennifer put on a lot of weight recently, so she might have just not needed them. But there was nothing else personal.
No.
Did you go through the closet? Were they still sitting in there?
I thought maybe she'd send for him or something, but
Yeah, she might. We're hoping to catch up with her. Who did you meet at Thorn Tapley?
it was all done over the phone.
How's the place?
It's nice.
Well, I'm glad we caught you at home. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks. Bye.
Before I go, did she leave any medications or anything?
No, nothing like that.
Okay. Thank you.
So he goes.
I was wondering if there was anything else in the clothing, a syringe, a vial. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah.
Do you think we knock again? Offer the guy $100 to look through the clothes?
That doesn't sound creepy at all.
I
Let's
looked right at you and said,
do a rain check on that one.
that didn't come out right.
No. You can't offer $100. You have to offer him a pack of cigarettes.
These cigarettes will come in handy. You'll see.
No, what we really have to do is just have to knock and it's like, hey, have you been attacked by like any like tomato plants or anything?
Yeah.
Your house plants are growing really well.
But we do have, Thorn Tapley. I mean, they might know, especially if they're property managers. Because didn't their Dan say that she still owned the place?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should definitely get in touch with Thorn Tapley.
So, but you're wanting something to eat first, because I'm
You know.
hungry myself.
Let's have a glance at the San Daniel map. Is it far?
Is what for?
Thorn Tapley Realty.
It's a P.O. box.
Oh, it's
Yeah, we
very
just have a
far.
phone number. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's check. I'd like to see if we have any messages from Slakes. I'm worried. I'm a little concerned about the police in the sewers.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sorry. What were you going to do then, Desmond?
I think we have to go back to the hotel to get any messages. There's no other way to reach us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you end up back at the hotel. There are a couple of messages. Basically, they haven't found anything in any location. They have found plants, of course, at the farm that are odd and unusual, and they're investigating them. But they haven't gotten anything yet.
Did they find the bottle at the farm?
They found a number of things. They're confiscating it all and bringing it back to Zimvotech.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Desmond, I guess lunch and check in with the home base, or
You're muted.
Yeah, we're here. We should eat. I don't know where else to go except to talk to Officer Martinez. I don't know what he's going to be able to tell us. I suppose the car's been impounded by now. Oh yeah, we saw it when it was impounded. Never mind.
No, you saw it when it was already given to Edward.
brother?
It's in the garage.
Right.
Yeah.
So we could eat lunch. We could check in back with the lab, see if they've had any luck repairing any of the damage or tracking the creature down, and then maybe we swing back by Noelle's place a little later, see if anybody's returned.
Oh yeah, definitely that.
Makes sense.
All right. So, you have lunch.
Let's go across the street. I'm getting a little tired of Pickman's Bistro.
Okay. You go to Randolph Carter's restaurant,
Oh, beautiful.
and
Yeah, it's kind of dreamy in here, isn't it?
Just a little bit. I'll have the steaks from Ulthar, please.
the cat meat. Oh boy, you're asking for it.
The street tacos.
No, but you do notice there's quite a few restaurants downtown. So if you pick a cuisine, there's half a dozen, maybe a dozen restaurants within walking distance of the.
Is it super hot again today?
It's extremely hot.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the little plaza area might have some nice street food, but it'll be nicer inside.
Right. Yeah, where the air conditioning is. You even notice that at restaurants, people aren't sitting in the outside area if they don't have to.
Is a library around here?
There's a library. There's also a university.
We Gonna hit it. That's helpful too. While you guys are eating lunch, I'm gonna run in, and I know this weather thing. It's just stuck in my craw. I've gotta see if it's corresponding.
How's your organic chemistry, Dr. Mills?
Not good.
Anybody else a specialist in organic chemistry? Or inorganic, for that matter? I'm curious about if we can figure out anything about the necessary constituents to make fluoroantimonic acid. I mean, obviously fluorine and antimony, but I don't know if we can figure out what the precursors were, if that would be helpful, or if it would help us figure out what's in Gall's notes.
I'm an old hand at chemistry.
Do you want to see if there's something at the library so that Dr. Mills doesn't go alone?
Certainly.
That's the only idea I have for further research there at the moment.
Yeah. Would you mind if I ran off with our dear friend Gall's notes? Speaking of chemistry, I might be able to glean something out of that.
Yeah, and the university's right there. We could also, ask for help there for mathematicians or something.
Okay.
If you do ask for help, don't let them take the notebook.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we do have photocopy machines in the 80s, so.
Yeah, but they're a dime each.
Yeah, but we
gave $500.
Yeah, we blew our wad on the steroids.
And
we can no longer. You'll have to try to buy the copies and cigarettes. I don't know what else to tell you.
No, I just didn't want that information being
Yeah.
in the hands of,
I'm sure a tenured professor would love to look through the ravings of a madman.
Yeah.
I'm sure that photocopying isn't going to be a problem.
Yeah. So I'll head on into the San Damiano Library.
Okay. Well, let's do with that first. Heather, what are you looking for at the San Diego?
I'm going through the newspaper, the weather reports. I'm trying to look for a coincidence of when this heat wave started. I'm looking for a coincidence for when in Tate's notebook, which was about 2 weeks ago, he started.
Do a library roll.
Can I assist with that?
Sure.
Okay.
Please.
I have a. Oh. Okay, that's a hard success.
Good, because I rolled a 95. So. Newspapers.
Dr. Mills, you discover a lot of weather records that shows that, heat waves in California aren't that unusual. And them going up into the hundreds, that's not unusual either. They don't happen every year, but they can happen 3 or 4 times a year sometimes. Dr. Jonathan, Dr. Lees, you find some interesting mythology about California, and that this kind of weather is often associated with earthquakes. Even though there's no actual scientific explanation for it, people think that they call this earthquake weather. And you have felt an earthquake.
Okay.
Well, we're chewing here.
Dr. Mills, have you found anything?
Found that heat waves sometimes happen in California, so
Well, I found it seems to just be allegorical, but a lot of people have associated this type of weather with earthquakes.
Huh, interesting. Sounds more like confirmation bias. Oh, we had an earthquake. Oh, notice it's hot. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But, well, at least now I'm not going to dwell on this anymore. So, it just this heat is probably getting to me.
We need to buy you like one of those little fans that like spray water.
Oh
Little
yeah.
whisker fans.
Only if it's got Mickey
Get
Mouse.
matching wide-brimmed hats.
So
Exactly.
Dr. Ethan, Dr. Desmond, Dr. Margaret, what are you doing?
I'm trying to fend off an army of cats because apparently they did not like what I ordered.
Yeah,
Trying to take me to the moon. It's a problem.
it's something that's not going to stop.
How can we follow up on this hangman's card? Any thoughts on that?
Is the phone number for Thorin Tapley the same as the phone number for Aaron P. Hetley?
No.
I mean, that's Aaron P. Hetley who handed him the card, right?
That's who he said he was.
Yeah, so we can keep trying that number. But until we get an address, I don't know how we're going to find the gentleman with the card. I was also thinking, and this Gordita is great, by the way. I was thinking about the issue of Dawn Biozyme being able to contain at least one of these things and presumably several. And the shipping company being able to get one to Full Wilderness. And we're not being able to keep it intact. And I'm wondering about the shipping company. It was called Red something. Do you remember?
The shipping company for
That he sent the
oh right, the package. Jeez.
I don't think we know whether it came directly from Dawn Biozyme. I mean, it was unconscious when it arrived at Full Wilderness.
Right, he sent it by like some kind of carrier.
Yeah, it was a courier. It was called Red something, I believe.
Yeah, it was red something. I just can't recall.
And then the Yellow Pages wouldn't have that many couriers called Red something, so we could. And again, we can go in with we work for Full Wilderness and we have credentials, and you delivered something that turned out to be hazardous, and we need to make sure that your people were safe and also track where that came from. And that's more or less completely true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what the courier company was
There's a
called.
phone booth, there's a phone book, and under couriers there'll be Red Fox or Red Dragon or whatever.
Of course, he said it. Did he mention it in his journal that we found on the car?
I don't think it was mentioned there. It might have been mentioned by
Jadic, maybe.
Jadic. Let's just say Redline. I think it might have been Redline.
Okay.
Okay. So if you check, you do find Redline in the phone book.
I think that's an inquiry we'd have to make in person, don't you?
Actually, it says here UPS, but it's a Redline. Right. So did you want to check Redline?
Yeah.
Got an address and phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's something we'd have to do in person so we can wave around our Full Wilderness ID.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you guys want to go to Noel's first, or we can see what's on the way to what? I mean, it might be a goose chase too. It's just that we don't really know how Peter Tate sent that to us. Just a thought.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt.
All right. So what you find is if you call the number or if you look up the address for the red line, It actually takes you to a storefront called Facts and Forms. And so the bell rings as you walk inside. There's a clerk behind the desk, female woman. She's just doing stuff. Hi, can I help you?
Yes, hi. We're here representing the organization of Full Wilderness. You delivered a package to us, what, 7 days ago, 5 days ago? X number of days ago that I know.
Okay.
And it turns out that it contained materials that we are concerned are hazardous.
Oh,
And we're trying to track exactly when and where it was picked up from and delivered and who delivered it, because they might have been exposed to materials inside.
oh my. Well, we always tell our customers no hazardous materials.
I understand it. It's not you, I think, that is to blame.
What sort of materials were in it?
Biological materials, some of which have proven to be hazardous.
Oh, well, we're not supposed. People aren't supposed to transport biological stuff.
I thought as much. So, we might be pursuing legal action in that regard. But I don't, I think you'll be indemnified. I'm sure that whoever signed the paperwork said they were.
Well, do you have a tracking number?
I do not on me. I can give you the date of arrival and location of arrival.
Well, I might be able to find something from that.
I think we have a name of the shipper as well, although that might be, pseudonym.
Okay. Well, who shipped
You
it?
want to check?
How did we ship it?
It arrived in a large cardboard box. It was substantial.
It was.
Is that correct?
Is this the big cardboard box?
Yeah.
I do.
Big, heavy.
Yes, I remember that. There was a young man. He was shipping that. Yes, I do remember that.
He didn't deliver it himself, did he?
Oh, yes, he did.
We think his name is Peter Tate.
Oh, let me look through here. Yeah. Dr. Peter Tate. It's a large cardboard box, reinforced. It was all wrapped up with plastic and sealed up. It smelled kind of funny.
Yeah, were there any special handling instructions that were provided with that?
No, not really. It looks like he was sending it to Mr. Robert Jadick at Full Wilderness Corporation in downtown San Damiano.
That's us. Can you tell us how long you had it and how long it was in transit?
Well, it was supposed to ship overnight, so we wouldn't have had it for very long. But I asked him at the time, I recall, because it kind of smelled funny. I asked him what it was. He told me it was scratch and sniff labels.
Anybody? Anything?
So no special handling instructions, overnight shipping, Peter Tate.
And he got it out independently.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Betty Ray Lulin.
Ms. Lumen, you've been very helpful. I appreciate it very much. If we find out that that funny smell turns out to be dangerous, we'll be in touch.
Thank you. Harry! You're not going to believe this.
So when we get out on the street, I have to say, we don't know that Don Biozyme was involved in that creature. He could have brought that thing from the farm he bought from Harold Gall and put it in a box because he was pissed off because he was fired.
Yeah.
And we just don't know. It's weird that he didn't ship it from Don Biozyme to me, because that seems like the safest thing to do. Just a hunch.
Why transport it? But now, did he send the creature before he went to the farm? Or after he went to the farm?
Same day. Before he went to the farm.
Okay, so he hadn't been out there yet.
He might.
According to his journal, he wasn't out there yet.
He had never visited the property.
Correct.
Yeah, and he talks in his journal about the things he saw and done Biozyme, which
He doesn't actually ever say whether he went out there and visited the farm or not, but I don't think he visited.
But it was his private journal that he hid. So,
Yeah.
well, we know that little much more. Should we try Noel's?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you want to go grab our library dwellers before we head back?
right.
Can I do a chemistry roll on the notes that I've got?
Yes.
Okay.
They're crazy. They're insane. They don't make any sense. You can see that there's some ideas there, but it's nonsense.
Okay. So should I roll or not?
No, you don't have to. I mean, you're looking at them and they just look like nonsense.
Okay.
They called me mad at the university.
What's this Herbert West written around here? What on earth is he talking about?
Now, Herbert West's stuff would make complete sense.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Hey guys. Yep. Nothing. But where'd you guys go?
Oh, we went to talk to Redline, the people who shipped the our little friend or our bigger friend to Jadic. Because we've got mini friend, big friend, and bigger friend now.
Yeah.
And keep your eyes peeled for Sasquatches.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we want to change so we're dressed for this biker bar. That way we don't have to come back.
I thought we were going to try Noel's apartment before we got beat up or machine gunned at a biker bar.
Yeah, but I thought maybe we could just change. That way we go to Noel's and just roll right there.
Of course,
roll on over.
You brought your biker clothing with you?
Yeah, you know, real tight shorts and helmet and everything. Yeah.
It's good to be prepared. I think the most bikery thing I have is a skinny puppy t-shirt.
I have to call you on that one, Heather. Did you actually acted on a business trip and bring your biker babe clothes?
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to head to Noel's then?
I've got a polo that doesn't have a front pocket.
Wow, that's living on the edge.
Right? I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, let's roll back to Noel's.
All right. So you pull up to Noel's. It's more or less the way you left it.
Mm-hmm.
There's still no car.
Okay.
Is there more mail now?
What time is it? Exactly.
Well, let's have moved ahead. Let's say it's 5 o'clock.
Okay. I assume when we knock, no answer.
No answer.
Try the doorknob.
Yeah. Is there any life out of any signs of life out of the building neighbor?
Yeah, there might be neighbors home.
Yeah. See if they've seen her around or if they know her timeline.
Yep.
All right, I'll go over there and knock.
I'll go back to the vehicle so as not to be a part of a posse that scares the neighbor.
That's right.
I'll go to the others. I'll go to the other neighbor. Other side.
All right, so you go up to the next door neighbors and you ring the bell.
Mm-hmm.
And inside you hear, "Just a minute." And after a couple of seconds, it sounds like some locks are being undone, and the door opens up, and this puff of smoke comes out, and this little old woman in a house coat and fuzzy slippers with a cigarette in her hand, puffs of smoke. She's like, "Yeah, what do you want?"
Oh, how's it going, ma'am? I was wondering, your neighbor, Miss Rand, have you seen her lately? Do you know Miss
Noel?
Good?
No, I
Yeah.
haven't seen Noel.
Like today, or
No, like I told that policeman, I haven't seen her in a while.
oh, what policeman came by? Did you know? You want-
Some guy, I don't know who he was. They were looking for her. I
Uh,
guess her parents are kind of worried. They haven't talked to her in a while.
yeah.
You know, but last time I remember, she said something about gassing up for a long trip.
Oh, when was that?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? Okay, yeah, okay.
I didn't tell the police that though.
Well, that's wise.
I don't want the police hanging around here.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
What do
Well,
they ever do? Not a damn thing.
exactly. Just harass us. Has anyone else been looking for her besides myself and the police?
No, you're the only people.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. All right. Well,
Who knows what happened to her? One of these days, the whole world's going to fall apart around us, and where are we going to be?
well. Fortunately, you won't be around for that. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
She closes the door.
The one time we might have used cigarettes to bribe somebody and we didn't need to.
I'm going to live forever
Right.
in the glory that is Azathoth. She doesn't.
Whoa.
Of course. The little old smoking lady would be an Azathoth.
We just knock on the door. Hey, can you tell the neighbor? They just walk out with the yellow sign. Oh, hello. Thank you for stopping by our home. Like,
Get that away from me.
All right.
Does the other neighbor conversation essentially go the same way? Just
Pretty much.
okay.
Yeah.
Same.
I haven't seen
It's
it,
her
but there
twin
was a
sister.
policeman. There was a policeman that had talked to them, and they actually can give you an officer, Lieutenant Paul Jackson.
All right. Well, we'll see if the back door is unlocked.
It's still not unlocked.
The back door?
Correct.
Okay. What kind of door is it? Is it sliding?
No, it's kind of like a kitchen door. It looks like it opens into her kitchen, probably.
Mhm.
Is it kickable?
Yeah. That's
Is
kinda-
there an alarm?
You can't. You don't see an alarm system. Usually, there's a sticker in a window.
Mhm.
You didn't see anything like that. The condo looks like it was probably built in the 70s. So nothing about it's going to be that strong and well built.
Right.
It's not going to be a gigantic, huge oak door.
Are there any signs of like a dog or anything?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Let's put it at
Wait.
the door.
Yeah, let's. Who's got the best shoulder before Dr. Desmond talks us out of it?
Have of average strength.
Believe it or not, I'm actually above average. So steroids. All right. I'll give
So-
it a
Just use me as a battering ram. Just
yeah. I'm gonna give it. Put my hand on it and hit it hard with my shoulder and see if it gives.
Okay, do a strength roll.
All right, come on, baby. That's a hard.
Hard. Okay, roll a 1d10.
9.
Ooh, nice. I'm just gonna say that without too much effort, you pop the lock, and it doesn't make a lot of noise.
All right. Well, open the door. I'll call. Hey, if any of our groups not in the back, I'll kind of like give them the old. The door's open, and I first thing I'll do is do the hello.
Nobody's there. You're looking into the kitchen. You can see there's a living room attached. It's one of those sort of bars that, the kitchen's here and there's a bar and the living room. It all sort of attaches into one room. There is a note on the refrigerator.
Noelle, honey, call us immediately. Hope you're all right. We miss you, baby, mom and dad.
Do they have keys?
Probably live locally.
Darn, they didn't date the note.
They're responsible parents.
Well, has everybody said that they haven't seen her for about 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So it would be roughly within a 2-week period, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
When did they say the police were there?
About 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if the cops were there about 2 weeks, usually it takes at least 72 hours for a missing person. Probably sure the parents didn't call after 72 hours. Let's say they didn't hear from her for a week. Let's give it a guesstimate of 3 weeks.
Okay.
2 to 3 weeks, but I'd say, safe side 3 weeks for the
Don't
police
over-
to get
Is there any-
involved.
Is there
Hey,
anything
2 weeks,
in the-
2 weeks.
Is there anything in the fridge?
The fridge, there are a couple of bottles of water, a couple of bottles of soda, but it looks like the rest of the food, anything perishable is gone.
Okay. Nothing in the cupboards or
Medicine cabinet.
Cupboards have food, but nothing perishable. It looks like all the perishable food's been removed.
So she planned to go away. What about the medicine cabinet?
Medicine cabinet has what you'd expect: aspirin, vitamins, things like that.
I'm going to look for an address book.
Okay, well, let's walk around the apartment.
we're searching
Okay.
the house.
Yeah.
So the first thing you notice, let's go back over to the mail.
Okay.
There's a couple pieces of mail, and one of the pieces of mail is a Sasquatch Watch Bulletin, which looks like it's an amateur club magazine. In the kitchen, that's all that you find pretty much is the note and the fact that the food's been cleaned out. The living room, the decor is functional mostly. The furniture is inexpensive. There's a large poster of Monet's water lilies on the wall. Looks like a cheap Target sort of thing that's hanging up there. You notice that she's got a CD player, and she's got also a cassette deck with music. You're just seeing this as you're looking around the room. There's a answering machine that's blinking, and looks like there might be another room attached to this one, probably a bedroom, bathroom.
Okay. There's stairs.
No.
So it's one floor. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Open the other door.
It's a bedroom.
Okay.
There's stuff in there too.
All right. Okay. Well, listen to the answering. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Look under the pillow, maybe side dresser. Is there like a diary?
While you're looking at her bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's got bookshelves. She's got end tables and things like that. You don't really find a diary, but you do find books on her shelves, and let's handle one thing at a time. So you're looking around. So, Ethan, you're looking at the bookshelves. Heather, you're looking. What are you looking for?
I was looking for the address book. I figured it'd be by the phone.
Book. Yeah, you don't find anything like that near the phone. Dr. Margaret, what are you looking for?
Well, I finished looking through the like stuff in the kitchen. So
okay, kitchen looks normal. Do an idea roll.
Mm-hmm. I want to look for a computer if there's one, but 85. I don't have any ideas.
Okay, Dr. Liege, what are you doing?
So I'm getting the sense that she left voluntarily. I'm going to start trying to look for something that would give me a clue as to where she went.
Okay.
Like a map or any loose papers on the counter.
Okay. And Dr. Desmond, what are you doing?
Leaning against the SUV, and the longer they're gone, the more I think that I've found myself with a bunch of renegade environmentalists. I have no respect for law or personal property.
Well, wasn't that why you were all hired? Because you are somewhat lawless environmentalists.
That's why I was hired.
I plead the fifth.
Well, I'm keeping an eye out for the authorities.
Okay.
I drank the fifth.
So, Dr. Ethan, as you're looking through her books, she has a lot of books on occult and New Age stuff. She also has a lot of stuff on exercise and on traditional magic. Do a spot hidden.
All right. I go, hey, Margaret, she is a witch. Oh, it rolled off. 83, man.
Okay. So you're continuing to look through the books. Dr. Heather, Dr. Mills, what were you looking for again?
I was looking for like her address book.
Okay. So you're looking around for an address book, and go ahead and do a spot hidden for me.
Nope.
Okay, so you're not finding anything.
Okay.
Dr. Margaret, you've left the kitchen. What are you looking for now?
I'm a little interested in that. I've heard that she's a witch from the other room, but I want to listen to the answering machine.
Okay. So on the answering machine, what you hear is a couple of voices first. You can't identify. Hey, Noelle, give me a call. You hear what you think is mom and dad. Noelle, honey, please give us a call. You hear a man's voice come on, and it says, good afternoon, this is Lieutenant Paul Jackson. Your parents are worried about you. We're looking for you. Please respond. He gives you his phone number. And that's about it. But do a spot hidden for me, Margaret.
67 is good.
Okay, you find in the drawer underneath the answering machine, you find a bunch of little cassettes.
Huh.
And one of them is marked Jenny.
Okay, I'm gonna gather these up and look for a cassette player.
Are they the cassettes for the answering machine?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, that shows my age. I didn't know that was a thing. All right.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna plug them in.
How do you think that they recorded your voice?
I don't know, Tom.
We didn't know what the word digital was yet.
Well, you had those wax cylinders for the gramophone.
That's right. I know that much. I know really old. Anyway.
All right. So that's going to take you a while, but we'll get back to you then. Dr. Jonathan, what were you up to? Dr. Liege?
So do I find any loose papers?
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you looking for again?
I'm looking for either a map or some notes as to
you don't find anything like that, but you do at one point walk into the bathroom, and you notice that she's got a whole collection of crystals for some strange reason. All the more so that it leads you to believe that she might be one of these new age crystal worshipping witches, or
as long as she's not affixing them to her car's airbag, we're fine.
Dr. Desmond, the coast is clear. Nobody seems to be outside or responding. Dr. Ethan, go ahead and do another library roll. But as you're looking, you find at least 7 books on Sasquatch.
Nice.
2 are from the library. They're both overdue. And there's also no books on any of the other legendary birds. There's no Loch Ness. There's just Bigfoot.
07.
07.
That is extreme.
Okay. As you are looking through these books, you're sort of going along and reading them. There's one with a very odd title. The title looks like it's sort of a westernized version of a Greek text because the word looks Greek. And it's, let me type it for you. Dr. Ethan.
Really?
Yeah, you see that on the shelf.
That's pretty strange. I just pull it out.
And then you notice there's another one. And a couple books away, there's another one.
The same name?
Same name, different book. You guys notice him pulling these books off the shelf.
Guys, I think she is a witch. I look at these. These are weird, and I start passing them out.
One of them is a black volume with a very strange sort of star-like, circle-like thing on the front, and in big gold letters across the top it says Necronomicon.
She's a fan of this book.
But then there's a second version and a third version and a fourth version. Some of them look like one's a paperback. It's made by Pelican Press.
And do any of them look old, or they just all look like published books?
They're all modern books.
Modern.
And some of them are filled with magical symbols, and some of them are a bunch of gibberish. One looks like it's an art piece. It's filled with all sorts of bizarre, strange-looking creatures that have been drawn into it. It's high-quality paper.
Hey, Steroids Boy was right. This lady is a witch.
Yeah, yeah. At least she likes to fantasize it.
That's what I was wondering.
Dr. Jonathan, you've kind of walked over there. Do a spot hidden for me.
Nope, fail.
Okay. I'll have Dr. Desmond do one.
I think I saw a movie
Spot hidden, you said?
with a word like
Yeah.
this in it.
That's what I was trying to think of. The name sounds a little familiar.
47 is good.
Camp.
Okay. You noticed when Dr. Ethan pulled one of those books out that there seemed to be a couple of other papers in between the book next to it. They look like maybe newspaper clippings.
I do that.
All right, so you grab those, and this is what you see.
Are they yellowed, or are they? No, they're pretty fresh.
They're pretty fresh. It's just my silly art.
All right, so should I read these?
Yeah.
She really is obsessed. Bigfoot's barbecue from the Squamish County Gazette. A Squamish County man has solved the mystery of our missing cows. Bigfoot has led them away. Jared Wilcox of Peru, the Crossroads hamlet in Long Valley, swears he saw a big hairless Bigfoot cross onto his property and take two of his fine heifers without a struggle last Saturday night. Bigfoots must get real hungry being so big, he speculated. I would have stopped him, but he looked mighty tough. Asked whether he was contradicting Sasquatch lore, portraying Bigfoot as a gentle vegetarian, Wilcox stated, "He looked like a meat eater to me." Wilcox has hung a sign on its fence that reads, "Bigfoot, please don't take any more of my cattle. I can't afford it." From the same Squamish County Gazette, another item, but through Associated Press from Delilah, Bigfoot embarrassment for Caltrans. Sullivan Billings, Caltrans guard for that agency's Bakerfield's Pass Mountain Depot, insisted that he was the victim of a violent Bigfoot attack last Monday night. At a news conference in the Squamish County Hospital, Billings admonished the assembled writers to print the real story. In his statement last week, Billings claimed a monster over 10 feet tall tore down a section of the 10,000-volt electric fence guarding the depot, took a bullet from his pistol, and knocked him unconscious before presumably entering the main warehouse. Billings blames the creature for the missing 50 pounds of explosives and detonation equipment reported taken from the Caltrans warehouse. Deputy Commissioner of Highways Harold Romero stated today, quote, "We feel confident that Caltrans property is well guarded," and called Billings' account of the burglary, quote, "regrettable and embarrassing." Doctors at Squamish General stated that they believe Billings' head injuries were apparently minor, but added that damage to his perception and memory could not be ruled out. Another clipping from the San Daniel Sunrise Herald, Bigfoot sighting group formed. Bigfoot sighting group formed. Bigfoot sighting group formed. Bigfootologists, those who study the purported evidence of Bigfoot's existence, today announced the formation of the San Daniel branch of the Sasquatch Watch to seek out and catalog evidence proving the existence of Bigfoot. Coordinator Mark Lee Boussoirs claimed that the abrupt increase of evidence found in the headwaters of the San Daniel River demanded a formal investigation. "We want your investigations," Boussoirs states, saying that a phone number and box number for the new Sasquatch Watch of San Daniel would be shortly forthcoming. He predicts the accumulation of irrefutable evidence within 6 months. Well, I guess we know why Noelle is obsessed with Bigfoot.
And I think we'll leave it there. That's a good spot. Cool. You guys are in so much trouble.
We don't know what's on the tapes, though.
We'll do the tapes next week. Our players included Morgan Llewellyn, Brian Daly, Keith Craig, Jason Melnichuk, and David Gassaway. with yours truly as keeper of the secrets. We're currently producing up to 5 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs involved with these shows are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. One of our patrons, Mark W. Bruce, has increased his pledge from $3 to $5. Thank you so much for your continued support. If you would also like to support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 to a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch that bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.